Hello students, I welcome you all once again to the e-learning sessions of automobile engineering. Myself Hardik Shah, and during this lecture series we will discuss some interesting topics in the subject of automotive electricals and electronics. Okay, we have already started a new chapter that is on the horns and other systems like speedometer, odometer and onboard systems. Okay, and our today's topic in this video is basics of horn, its working and different types of horns. Okay, I hope you will see this video till the end to completely understand this topic and gain your skills in automobile engineering. I also request you to note down any queries which arises during the lecture and ask me it in comment section. So I will try to solve all the queries as soon as possible. So now let's start our today's video. So the horn is actually in any car, or you can say in any motor vehicle, is a mandatory component which is required as per the Motor Vehicle Act. Okay, so it serves as an audible warning to the alert pedestrians and other vehicles of the to implement a collision. Okay, it is also frequently used to curse and swear at the other drivers. So in the early days, the car horns was essentially a trumpet with a rubber air blender. Okay, so the driver had to squeeze it to produce the sound. Now air pumped through the divergent metal tube created a loud enough blast. It warns pedestrians and around approaching vehicles. Okay, so let's see a little history from the bell to the electric horn which is implemented inside the car. Okay, so many types of many types of signal alarms have been used on a cars as this: first mechanical bell, then bulb horn, thereafter compression whistle, exhaust horn, hand operated horn and electric horn. So this is the history of the horns. Okay, the mechanical bell was used on very early cars. The driver operated the bell with a foot pedal. Now the bulb horn, similar to the child's bicycle, proved to be inconvenience and unreliable. Okay, the compression whistle was almost often used in a car with a no battery or limited battery capacity. A profiled cylinder provided the whistle's power. Fine. Now exhaust horns were used from the engine's exhaust. They too were foot operated. Okay. Now the hand operated horns amplify the grating sound caused by the metal tooth riding over the metal gear. So this does not work well because the horn had to be near the drivers rather than at the front of the car. Okay. Now over this many years, the electric horn has been the most popular type of the signal alarm. Okay, so the question is, how do these horns works? Okay, so let's see its working. Now car horns works on the principle of the vibrating metal diaphragm. Okay, now they are all electrically driven and consist of the solenoid, you can say electromagnet also. Okay, solenoid and the thin metal disc made up of the spring steel. Now when energized, the solenoid exerts a magnetic force on the disc, causing it to flex concentrically. Okay, the flexing of the diaphragm moves apart the electrical contacts, thus de-energizing the solenoid. Okay, once the disc spring back into its original shape, the electrical contacts closes once again, allowing the current flow into the solenoid. So the whole cycle is repeated for the as long as the horn button is depressed. Okay, so the flexing and the deflexing of the steel diaphragm in a car horns happens faster than the eye can detect. Okay, so however the resulting vibrations produce noise that we can hear. Okay, so and if you touch the horn when it is working condition, okay, you can also feel the vibrations of the horn. Okay, so electrical horns can also be sized for the different decibels and pitch levels. Fine. Now this depends on the diameter of the vibrating disc, the spring stiffness and the distance of the disc which is movement. Okay, so the single horn such as one that are used in motorcycles or in small cars produce a high pitched sound. Okay, and many cars are fitted with what we call a two-tone car horns. Okay, now as the name implies, there are two units each with a different tone to produce a slightly lower combined pitch but at the higher noise levels. Okay, so this was the basics of horn working. So now let's see horn circuit, okay, that what is inside the horn in the form of diagram. So an automobile horn is, you can say, a safety device which is operated by the driver to alert the pedestrians and other motorists, as we discussed, fine. Now some states require two horn systems with different sound levels for the city and the country use, fine. Now some early automobiles uses a simple series horn circuit, okay, and that you can see here, okay. So battery current is supplied to the horn circuit through the fuse panel and or from the terminal on the starter relay or solenoid, okay. Now the normally open horn switch is installed between the power source and the grounded horn. Now when the driver pushes the horn button, the horn switch closes and current flows through the circuit to the sound horn, okay. Now if the car has more than one horn, you can see here also, each horn will form a parallel path to the ground, okay. So this was about the basics of the horn. Okay. Most horn circuits include a horn relay. Normally open relay contacts are between the power source and the grounded horn. Now the horn switch is between the relay coil and the ground. So when the horn switch is closed, small amount of current flows through the relay coil, okay. Now this closes the relay coil and allows a greater amount of current to flow through the horns, okay. So this way it will work. Now there are different types of horns, okay, like electric horn, air horn, electromagnetic horn, okay. So let's discuss all of them one by one. Now what is air horns? Commonly it was found on the large semi trucks, or either you can say trains and the fire engines, pneumatic air horns, okay. So these air horns are actually easy to mount under the hood, or you can say under the roof, now depending on the application. Now once fitted, they will create a same level of sound which is found in the electric horns also, okay. Now how these air horns works? Now air horns work by using the pressurized air to vibrate the diaphragm which is located within the compression chamber. In electric it was spring, in this it will be air, okay. So this chamber is kept pressurized to ensure the horn sounds instantly, fine. Now when activated by the switch or button, a valve opens allowing the air to escape out of the compression chamber and into the base of the horn, okay, which is known as a throat. So once the air exits from the compression chamber, the diaphragm starts vibrating and high pressure sound waves are actually produced due to that leaving air, okay. Now as those sound waves pass from the narrow sound throat, or you can say horn throat, to the wide flared out horn mouth, they are amplified and you can hear the bigger sound, okay. So air horns actually uses the electromagnetism also to vibrate the diaphragm and produce the sound waves, okay. Now a typical horn actually contains normally closed contact points in a series with a coil. So in terms of electromagnetic horns, it is happening, okay. So what is electromagnetic horns? So one of the contact points is mounted on the movable armature to the which the horn diaphragm is connected. Now the horn coil is in series with the horn switch, or you can say horn relay, okay. When the horn switch or horn relay contacts closes, current flows through the horn coil to the ground. Now the electromagnetic field created by the coil attracts the armature and also moving the diaphragm, okay. So the armature movement opens the contact points, now which opens the circuit. So with no magnetic field to hold them, the armature and the diaphragm moves back to their normal positions, fine. So the points are again closed, allowing the current to flow through the coil. Now this making and breaking of the electromagnetic circuit causes the horn diaphragm to vibrate, fine. So since this cycle occurs very rapidly, the resulting rapid movement of the diaphragm creates sound waves. The speed or frequency of the cycling determines the pitch of the sound created, okay. So this can also be adjusted by changing the spring tension on the horn armature to increase or decrease the electromagnetic pull on the diaphragm, okay. So this was about the electromagnetic horns, okay. So let's summarize what the electromagnetic horns actually does, fine. So what is electromagnetic horns? Now car horns are actually simple. electromagnetic devices that produces the loud audible sound to get the attention of the nearby vehicles, occupants or pedestrians. Okay, a typical horn is composed of the magnetic coil, an armature with a metal diaphragm, a pair of the electrical contacts and the switch. So when the driver activates the switch, the closed electric contact allows a current to flow through the coil, generating a magnetic force that attracts the armature as well as the metal diaphragm. Now this action breaks the electric contact, cutting off the current and releasing the armature and the diaphragm. Okay, so when they move back to their initial positions, the electrical contacts is remade and the cycle repeats. Fine. So the rapid repetition of this process generates an oscillation of the diaphragm and it creates the horn sound. Okay. So in general there are two types of horn which are actually plate type and spiral type. Fine. The plate type is actually smaller and lighter. It is also more easier to install in the car. The spiral type employs a spiral duct to obtain the richer sound. Okay. The most horns assemblies have actually two horns and achieve sound levels of approximate 110 decibels. Okay. So the frequency of the horn is usually related to the size of the vehicle. Fine. So bigger vehicles generally have lower frequency horns, while the smaller vehicles have actually higher frequency horns. Okay. So the sound for the luxury car is often smooth compared to the economical car with a less refined tones. Okay. Now many countries actually mandate a car's specific horn frequency and it is actually fixed. Okay. In many countries. So now let's see about the horn switches, relays and fuses, that what is inside that. Okay. So the horn switch is actually normally installed on the steering wheel or you can say steering column. Okay. Now contact points can be placed so that the switch will be closed by the pressure at the different point on the steering wheel. Okay. So this will be occurring on a steering wheel. Now some cars have a button in the center of the wheel also, others have the number of buttons around the rim of the wheel also. Okay. Or a large separating horn ring. Okay. Now many imported cars and some domestic cars have the horn button on the end of the multifunctional lever also. Okay. Or you can say on the hand lever of the steering column. Now all of these designs operates in a same way, that is the pressure on the switch which will cause the contact to close. Now when the pressure is released, the spring tensions opens the contact and this way the horn will work. Now what is the horn relays? So they can be mounted on the fuse panel also. They also can be attached to the bulkhead connectors or actually mounted near the horns in the engine compartment. Okay. So the relay is not serviceable and it should be replaced if it is defective. Okay. Because it is all inside the electromagnetic. So the horn circuit of the 20 ampere fuse with several circuits, it may also be protected by the fusible links. Okay. So this was about the horns. Now what are the other uses of the car horns? So besides functioning as a warning, car horns are also used as an indicator when locking or unlocking the car using the remote control. Okay, you must have heard or you must have seen. Often the central locking system also uses the softer horn which will show that it is working. Okay, and alarm systems usually uses the both car horns as a deterrent or you can say a cry for the help during the break-in or during the theft. Okay, so if someone gets into car without your permission, the horn will blow. So that's it in horn session. Okay, I wish you got the clear idea about it. Therefore, if you have any more to know or any specific query, you can let me know. Okay, I will surely try to respond as soon as possible. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Goodbye.